Hi, I'm Brian Patton. I'm here with my friend Marie Garrett. Maria is with Marie Garrett Consulting and does a lot of zoning work, zoning consulting for local municipalities in the North Metro Atlanta area. And I asked her here today to talk with us a little bit about some zoning issues as they mostly relate to code enforcement.
I think bottom line, Brian, what a good, strong code enforcement office for any local government is that it instills property values, where everybody plays by the same rules, meaning that if you are governed by certain standards coming into a new investment property, you know that your neighbors are going to be held up to the same standard.
From your experience, what issues can a code enforcement board or local city handle better than a homeowners association board?
Well, they have the force of the local government and the laws behind them. First and foremost, if you violate a code in a local government that has been adopted by ordinance, which is the law of that particular community, then a code enforcement officer can seek judgment through the municipal court system. The person would be issued a citation, given some time to correct the problem. If not, then they go before the local judge and a decision is made and a direction is dispensed as to how to cure the problem.
So it's basically easier to get the problem resolved.
Absolutely.
With the local municipality.
Absolutely.
What kind of problems have you seen from, we talked some about in our last article about sort of the bad side of zoning, where it can tend to infringe some on personal property rights. Can you talk a few minutes about that?
Sure. Everybody that owns their own property feels that this is my house or my land and I can do with it as I wish. And in most cases that's true. However, the whole background and reason for zoning is really to enforce the health, safety, and welfare of everybody within that particular community. Zoning codes are prepared and enacted on so that there is a sense of predictability and a level playing field as far as the requirements on how building and construction occur within that local government. So from that standpoint, at least there is an expectation that if you come into a community, you know what is going to be expected of you. From a personal standpoint, sometimes having some of these rigid laws, individuals tend to think that that does infringe on their rights and use of the property, and that is not the intent. The intent is to allow you to enjoy your property to its best and highest value, but to also be respectful of others that are within the community, and so that there is a sense of order in development and construction within the community.
I guess it sort of depends on which side of the privacy fence you're on as to whether or not you like the zoning laws or not.
Absolutely. And in my experience, working with a lot of developers, coming into a city that has very strict codes, but more importantly, strict enforcement of those codes, they tend to resist that. But I can tell you personally, and over my years of experience, where the developers have said along their journey of development that they had the hardest time, they've also said that they would develop nowhere else because they felt that their investment was protected, and that if they were required to meet all of these requirements and obligations and regulations, they knew then their competitors would have to do the same.
Okay, thanks for your time.
Well, thank you.